Good morning, dear student. In this video, we are going to learn how to prepare revaluation account when there is a change in profit sharing ratio among the existing partner, or at the time admission of a new partner, or if there is retirement or death of a partner. Now, after this video, you will be able to learn the meaning of revaluation account, when need arise for preparation of revaluation account, meaning of reconstitution of partnership firm, and how to prepare revaluation account. So first we will look at the meaning of revaluation account. It is an account which shows the revised values of assets and liabilities. So meaning of revised values of assets and liabilities means the change value of assets and liabilities. So it means what? There will be any increase or decrease in the value of assets and liabilities at the time of reconstitution of partnership firm. So because of change in the value of assets and liability, there will be any increase or decrease. So this revaluation account will be resulted in the form of profit or loss. So if we talk about the nature of revaluation account, it is a nominal account, and so rule applicable for this account will be debit all losses and expenses, credit all incomes and gains. It is also known as profit and loss adjustment account. Why revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities is required? So why it is required to reassess the values of assets and liabilities at the time of reconstitution of firm? It is done because any increase or decrease in the value of assets and liabilities from the date of reconstitution of partnership firm is for the period before the reconstitution of partnership firm. It means any profit or loss arise due to increase or decrease in the value of our assets and liabilities that will belong to old partners, and it will be shared by old partners in old profit sharing ratio. It means while you will prepare your revaluation account, so you will get either revaluation profit or loss. This profit and loss belongs to old partners, and therefore it will be distributed among the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Again I am using term reconstitution of partnership firm. Let us understand what is the meaning of reconstitution of partnership firm. Any change in the partnership agreement brings to an end of the existing agreement. Because of any change, if the old agreement between the partners comes to end and a new agreement comes into force, this is called reconstitution of partnership firm. So because of this change, the existence of partnership firm does not effective. The partnership firm will be continue. So this is known as reconstitution of partnership firm. So now let us understand when reconstitution of partnership firm take place, or we can say circumstances in which reconstitution of partnership firm take place, or we can say the modes of reconstitution of partnership firm. So first case we can see when there is a change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partner. As there is a change in the old agreement due to change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partner, so this will be taken as reconstitution of partnership firm. When there is an admission of new partner, if a new partner is admitted in the firm, then old agreement will be comes to an end, new agreement will come into force. So this is also a situation of reconstitution of partnership firm. Then when there is a retirement of an existing partner. Next is on the death of a partner, and the last one is when there is a amalgamation of two or more partnership firm. So in this video, I'm going to discuss with you how to prepare revaluation account in above four cases. When there is a change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partner, when a new partner admit into partnership firm, or if a partner gets retired from the partnership firm, or if there is a death of any existing partner. Now, what will be the treatment of goodwill? According to AS 26, goodwill should be recognized in the books only when consideration in money and money worth has been paid for it. Thus, in case of admission or retirement or death of a partner or change in profit sharing ratio amongst the partner, goodwill is not recognized in the books of the firm because consideration in money or money worth is not paid for it. It should be adjusted through partner's capital account. So what will be the treatment of goodwill? It will be done through partner's capital account, and if any goodwill exists in the balance sheet, it should be written off. So you can see that no treatment will be done of goodwill in the revaluation account. Now, accounting for revaluation of assets and liabilities at the time of change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partner, or if there is a case of admission of a new partner, or if it can be a case of retirement or death of an existing partner. So now we will learn how to prepare revaluation account for increase in the value of assets. So if we are revising the values of assets and liabilities due to reconstitution of the partnership firms. So if there is increase in the value of assets, if the value of asset is increasing, it is a profit. As you know that revaluation account is a nominal account, then the profit will be shown on the credit side of the revaluation account. So any increase in the value of assets will be shown on the credit side of the revaluation account. Now you can see by increase in the value of assets. So take an example that value of machinery is increased by 10,000. So you will write in the revaluation account on the credit side by machinery 10,000. And if in question it is asked you to pass the journal entry for it, so what will be our entry? Machinery account debit 10,000 to revaluation. So how we will record any increase in the value of assets? The journal entry for it will be asset account debit to revaluation, and it will be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account by increase in the value of assets. Now for decrease in the value of asset, it is a case of loss. So if there is a decrease in the value of asset, it will be taken on the debit side of the revaluation account. You can see that it is written on the top, to decrease in the value of assets. So what will be entry for it? Revaluation account will be debited to asset account. Suppose there is a decrease in the value of furniture by 5,000. So what will we write? Revaluation account debit to furniture account. Why we have credited furniture here? Because it is a case of decrease in the value of assets, and if asset decrease, we debited the asset account. So under revaluation account we will write where on the debit side, it means any decrease in the value of asset will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. Now for decrease in the value of liability, if the liability is decreasing, if there is any decrease in the value of liability, it is a case of profit, so it will be recorded in the credit side of the revaluation account. So you can see here, any decrease in the value of liability will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. And what will be the entry for it? Liabilities account debit to revaluation account. Suppose creditor is decreased by 5,000. So what will be our entry? Creditor account debit to revaluation account. Or while we are preparing revaluation account, how we will record it? By creditor account amount 5,000. Now, if there is any increase in the value of liabilities, it is a case of loss. So it will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. So any increase in the value of the liability will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. Now what will be the entry for it? Revaluation account debit to liabilities account. Outstanding salary is increased by 2,000. Then what will be entry? Revaluation account debit to outstanding expenses account, and these expenses will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account as two outstanding expenses 2,000. So in your revaluation account, you can see I have written on the debit side two unrecorded liabilities. So under our question, any unrecorded liability can be given. So what you have to done, if there is a case of unrecorded liability, you have to record it. Unrecorded liability will be taken as, we are taking as increase in the value of liability. So same treatment will be done for unrecorded liability. Now if there is a case of unrecorded liability, so same, there can be case of unrecorded assets. Unrecorded assets, it will be taken as a increase in the value of assets. So same treatment will be done. Unrecorded assets will be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account. It is a profit. Now when we will close the revaluation account, it will resulted in the form of profit or loss. So if your credit is more than your debit side, it will resulted in profit, and that will be known as revaluation profit. And as we have earlier discussed, that this profit will be distributed amongst the old partner in old profit sharing ratio. If your credit side is more than the if your debit side is more than the credit side, then it will resulted in the form of loss, and this loss will be known as revaluation loss, and this loss will be distributed amongst the old partner in old profit sharing ratio. Now as you can see, in revaluation account, on the debit side I have written to bank / cash, and under bracket I have written expenses. So what is this? This is the entry for revaluation expenses. Let us understand the concept of expenses incurred at the time of reconstitution of partnership firm. So there are 4 cases when expenses are incurred and paid by the firm. These are the expenses which are incurred at the time of reconstitution of partnership firm. So when expenses are borne and paid by the firm, so what will be our entry? Revaluation account debit to bank. As it is paid by the firm, that is why bank account will be credited. And these expenses related to reconstitution of partnership firm, that is why these expenses will be debited to revaluation account. Now what is the second case? When firm paid remuneration to partner for carry out the work for reconstitution. So what is said in this case, that firm is paying remuneration to a particular partner for the expenses incurred at the time of reconstitution of partnership firm. So as it is a case when firm is paying remuneration to partner, it means partner's capital account will be credited, because firm is paying remuneration to a particular partner, so that particular partner's capital account will be credited, and this will be done through revaluation account. So revaluation account will be debited to partner's capital account. It means amount will be paid from revaluation account to partner. Now when expenses were to borne by the partner but are paid by the firm, it means the expenses have to be bear by the partner, but these expenses are paid by the firm. As firm is paying the expenses, so it means your cash or bank account will be credited, and firm is paying these expenses on behalf of the partner, so firm will charge these expenses from the partners. That is why partner's capital account will be debited. So what will be our entry in this case? Partner's capital account debit to bank. Now the last situation, when expenses were to be borne by the partner and are paid by the partner. So under this situation, expenses are bear by the partner and he is paying these expenses, so there will be no entry in this case. Now look at some practical questions for preparation of the revaluation account. Here you can see the question. 3 partners are there, their old ratio is 3:2:1 and it is their balance sheet. You can see various assets in the balance sheet: premises, machinery, data, stock and cash at bank. On the liability side you can see capital account of A, B and C, general reserve, creditors. The total of balance sheet is 8,70,000. So from 1st April 2017, the partners agreed to share future profits in the ratio of 4:3:3. So in this question, partners are changing their ratio, and because of change in the ratio, old agreement has comes to end and new agreement will come into force. So it is a case of reconstitution of partnership firm when there is a change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partner. Now look at the following adjustment. Premises will be appreciated by 10%. So as you can see, when there is a case of reconstitution of partnership firm, all the revised value of assets and liabilities are recorded through revaluation account. So in our first adjustment, premises are appreciated by 10%. Now look at the value of premises in balance sheet. It is 3 lakh. So 10% of 3 lakh will be how much? 30,000. Then because of increase in the value of the premises, it is a case of profit. So we will write on the credit side of the revaluation account, by premises 30,000, because it is a case of profit and revaluation account is a nominal account. Then all profits will be recorded on the credit side. Now, and stock by rupees 10,000. So there is an increase in the value of stock also, and it is rupees 10,000. So we will record it on the credit side of the revaluation account. How? By stock, and we will write 10,000 on the credit side. Right? Now next adjustment. Sundry creditors be reduced by 15,000. So there is a reduction in liability. Reduction in liability, it is a case of profit, right? So we will record it on the credit side of the revaluation account by creditor, and under the amount column we will write 15,000. Now look at our next adjustment. Machinery will be depreciated by 5%. So here the value of asset is decreasing. It is a case of loss, and loss will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. So what we will write, first we will look at the value of machinery. Machinery is given 1,80,000. So here is the reduction of 5% in the value of machinery, then it will be 9,000. So we will write on the debit side of the revaluation account to machinery 9,000. Now one adjustment I have skipped, adjustment number 2. So first we will look at this adjustment. A provision for doubtful debts is to be made on debtors. So as we know that provisions are liability, so we have to create provision on debtors 5%. So we have to create liability, it will be taken as increase in the liability, right? Then we will look at the value of debtors in the balance sheet, and it is 2,50,000. Then we will calculate 4% of 2,50,000. It will be 10,000. So it is a case of increase in the value of liability. It will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account as to provision for doubtful debts 10,000. Now last adjustment is goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 48,000. So as we know, the adjustment for goodwill will be done through capital account. So it won't be considered while we are preparing the revaluation account. Now we will close our revaluation account, and when we are closing, we can see that our credit side is more than our debit side. And how much is this more than? It is more than by 36,000. So this 36,000 is what? It is our revaluation profit, and it will be distributed amongst the which partner? Old partner in their old profit sharing ratio. The distribution will be done in their old ratio. What is their old ratio? In this question, the old ratio of the partner is 3:2:1. So we will distribute 36,000 in the ratio of 3:2:1. It will be divided as 18,000 will be given to A, 12,000 given to B, and C will get 6,000. So it is, we have taken a question for preparation of revaluation account when there is a change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partner. Now we will take another question. Here you can see question number 2. X and Y are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 4:3. So we can see that two partners are there and their old ratio is 4:3. They admitted Z as a partner for 1/4 share. So it is a case of admission of a new partner. Now look at their balance sheet. On the assets side, various assets are given. Fixed assets 1,50,000, debtors 1,20,000, stock 1,40,000, cash 20,000, and total comes 4,30,000. On the liability side, capital balances of X and Y are given, then creditors and reserve. Now for this purpose, they decided that fixed assets are to be depreciated by 10%. So as we know that it is a case of reconstitution of partnership firm because a new partner is admitting in the partnership firm. So at the time of reconstitution of partnership firm, what we have to done, we have to prepare revaluation account to record the revised value of assets and liabilities. So as per the adjustment, you can see fixed assets are to be depreciated by 10%. So there is a decrease in the value of fixed asset by 10%. You can see in the balance sheet, fixed assets are given 1,50,000. Then if fixed assets are decreasing, it is a case of loss, and loss are recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. Then 10% of 1,50,000 will be 15,000. So we will record it into revaluation account as two fixed asset 15,000. Now come to our next adjustment. A provision of 6% be made on debtors for doubtful debts. So here we are creating provision on for doubtful debts. So first we will look on the debtors in the balance sheet. Debtors are given 1,20,000. 1,20,000 debtors are given, and we have to create provision for doubtful debts at the rate of 6%. So it is a case of increase in the liability. It will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account as two provision for doubtful debts, and it will come 7,200. Now look at our next adjustment. Stock be valued at rupees 1,90,000. So it is the revised value of stock. What is this? 1,90,000 is what? It is the revised value of stock. So we will compare it from the balance sheet. You can see in the balance sheet, stock is given 1,80,000, and the revised value, new value of stock is 1,90,000. It means what? Stock is increasing by 50,000. So it is a case of profit, and profit will be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account. So how will you record it? Buy stock 50,000 on the credit side of the revaluation account, right? Now next adjustment, an amount of rupees 3,700 included in creditor is not likely to be claimed. It means what? That creditors of rupees 3,700 will not be claimed. So it is a case of decrease in the value of liability. It is a case of profit. So where we will record it on the credit side of the revaluation account as by creditors rupees 3,700. So as you know that we have covered the all adjustment related to revised value of assets and liabilities. So now we will close our revaluation account. You can see the credit side total is 53,700, which is more than our debit side by 31,500. It means revaluation profit has come how much? 31,500. As you know that it is a case of reconstitution of partnership firm when a new partner is admitted in the firm. So as we know that profit arise due to revised value of assets and liabilities, it belongs to old partners only. So that is why this revaluation profit will be distributed in X and Y only, and in which ratio? In their old ratio. Now look at the another question. Question number 3. Here you can see three partners are there, namely A, B and C. Their old ratio is given 4:3:3. Now look at the balance sheet. Asset sides: land and building, plant and machinery, computer, printers, stock, sundry debtors, less provision. It's given 12,000, and bank balance is given 2,000. Now on the liability side, capital account balances are given of A, B and C. Then Creditors are given 7,000, bills payable 3,000 and reserve 20,000. Now look at the adjustment. What we have to done here, we have to prepare revaluation account, because in this video I am going to discuss with you how to prepare revaluation account. Now, as you can see, on 1st April 2020, B retired from the firm on the following terms. So it is a case of retirement of an existing partner. 3 partners are there, A, B and C, and out of these 3 partners, B gets retired from the firm. So it is a case of reconstitution of partnership firm, and we know that at the time of reconstitution of partnership firm, we have to prepare revaluation account to record the revised value of assets and liabilities. Now look at the adjustment. Stock, land and building are to be appreciated by 10%. So we can see in the first adjustment that value of stock is increasing by 10%. In our balance sheet, we can see that stock value is given 20,000. So 10% of 20,000 will be 2,000. So as it is a case of profit due to increase in the value of stock, it will be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation as buy stock 2,000. As we know that there is an increase in the another assets, namely land and building. It is also increased by the 10%. Now look at the value of land and building in the balance sheet. It is 36,000. So it is a case of profit due to increase in the value of land and building. It will be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account as buy land and building 3,600. Now next adjustment number 2, plant and machinery and computer printer are to be reduced by 10%. So we can see 2 machineries are reducing here. First, we will see at the plant and machinery. In the balance sheet, plant and machinery is given 28,000. So it is decreasing by 10%. So it is a case of loss. Decrease in the value of assets are recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. So we will record it as 2 plant and machinery 2,800. Now another asset is decreasing, and that is computer printer. It is also decreasing by the 10%. Now look at the value of computer printer in our balance sheet. It is 8,000. So it is a case of loss because there is a decrease in the value of asset. So we will record it on the debit side of the revaluation account as 2 computer printer 800. Now move to another adjustment. Next adjustment. Sundry debtors are considered to be good. What does it mean? It means there is no need of provision because all debtors are considered good. So we can say that provision for doubtful debts is no longer required. It is a case of decrease in the value of provision for doubtful debts. The entire value is decreasing. So it is a case of decrease in the value of liability. It will be taken as decrease in the value of liability. As you can see in our balance sheet, provision is given 2,000. So we will record it on the credit side of the revaluation account as by provision for doubtful debts rupees 2,000. Now move to next adjustment. There is a liability of rupees 2,000 for the payment of outstanding salary to the employees. So here what we have given, outstanding salary of rupees 2,000 is given. This liability was not provided in the balance sheet. So what is the adjustment saying? This liability was not recorded in the balance sheet. As you can see in the balance sheet, on the liability side, you can see outstanding salary is nowhere given in the balance sheet. So it is a case of unrecorded liability. So unrecorded liability will be treated as increase in the value of liability. So it is a case of loss and it will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account as to outstanding salary 2000. Now move to next adjustment. Goodwill of the firm is to be valued at rupees 14,000. So adjustment for goodwill done through partners capital account. So it won't be taken into your revaluation account. Then amount payable to B is to be transferred to his loan account. As we know that this video is limited to for the preparation of revaluation account, so we have to do nothing with adjustment number 5th or 6th. So it was a presentation by me. I am Hemlata, PGT Commerce from KV Sevak Road. Thank you.